Topics of understanding contentment versus complacency, right? Contentment is I know exactly where I am. When we talk about the idea of, if you find yourself looking at the money that you have in your account or the house that you're in or your current situation, and you find yourself depressed, then what you're doing is you are focusing on the past, right? It's that fear of saying, man, I wish that I had more, or I should have had more in the bank account by now, or I should have made better choices, or I once this thing happens, once I make $150,000 or $1 million or whatever that amount is for you, then I will be happy, right? I just have to grind and suffer through all of this until that moment. And then once that moment happens, then I'll be happy. That is kind of that idea of being depressed, of the choices that you've made in the past that have led to where you are currently. That's that level of suffering. If you find yourself looking at your bank account or your belongings or the accumulation of things that you have, and you're fearful that you're going to lose it all, that somehow it was a fluke, that your success was an anomaly, and that it's all going to fall apart, then you are suffering the future. You're suffering anxiety. That idea that this thing that I have, right? Again, going back to Lao Tzu talking about if you fill your halls with jade and gold, then you're not going to be able to hang on to it for long. Because before, then there's the constant worry of thievery or betrayal or someone taking these things away from you because you're attached to that belonging. But if you find yourself in the present moment, looking at where you are, looking at what's in your bank account, looking at some of the things that are there, not necessarily saying that you're completely satisfied, but saying, I am grateful for where I am, and I am happy with the things that are going on in my world. And I'm going to continue to move forward and aspire to, hit my full potential. But I am rooted in that gratitude of the things that are around me. Then you are in the present. And this concept is one of those that I think is very interesting, to find that balance of how can I be grateful and content in the present while still actively pursuing this idea of more and or better, right? And so for more for the sake of more, or that more is better, right, i.e. the golden corral, doesn't always necessarily mean better, like the golden corral.